Welcome to the second part of my Brown Jenkin carving. This video will focus on the carving of the head. This took around 4 hours, so there's a lot of footage to edit. I doubt that anyone would want to sit through all of that, so I sped the videos at certain areas and I removed repetitive cuts to shorten it. I also removed the parts where I did the other side as the face was mostly symmetrical. This was the first time I used the OBS software to shoot videos, and some of the footage ended up choppy as my computer would lag while recording it. I also acquired a new camera while producing it, which had a different way of focusing as the old one. I learned a lot through these technical difficulties, and I promised quality will be better on the next part of this series. I'm still new to making videos, so I would appreciate any feedback on the style of my editing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm redefining the orbital bone and the cheekbone. This is the most critical part of the face, as for the when you look at it from a 3/4 angle. This is what defines if it's one flat face on the front and then a different face on the side. If you want a single face, you need to have the diagonal right. And this, before I did the changes, which is I recorded them earlier, but the recording didn't work, so it's missing. The front of the face was really flat, and now I rounded this part, this plane here, and now I'm just defining the outer edge of this. This ear is better now. Just need to remove just a little bit here, because this is something that is sticking out of the side of the face. This part is supposed to be bulging because this is the temporal muscle, but there's a dip around here, so this is what I'm cutting right now. So right now I'm just trying to redefine the eye and the orbit. When you want to do an eyelid, what you want to do is to create a ridge, a crease all around the eye, and then you keep just a ball inside, and you're going to cut it at the shape you want. But you need something to bulge out of the orbit. So right now I'm working on the cheek muscle, well, cheek fat, it's the malar fat, and I'm doing all these wrinkles on the side. So there's one little wrinkle, another little wrinkle, and this is the cheekbone that is protruding. I need to soften the bone there, because I made it really sharp because I wanted to define the skeleton underneath, but there's also flesh around it, so it cannot be squarish with sharp edges. So I'm just taking small bits. Because it's smiling a lot, this should be a crease around here, because this thing will puff like a little sausage. So I'm just going to draw them here. But I'm not going to cut it right now because this whole area here, is wrong. It needs to, the muscle needs to curl around the nasolabial fold, and this here needs to go farther. So this needs to go, but I must cut part of it, but not all of it, because I'm supposed to fold it. So I need to draw precisely where I want to cut, because I don't have a lot of material left. If I remove too much, then it will be messed up. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the smile farther, because right now it's not going far enough, and that will tell me how far in the cheek I need to cut. But probably this ear. Basically, I'm trying to cut the smile wider, but I cannot just nudge the knife inside, because I'm trying to keep enough to maybe make an extra tooth. Oh no! Maybe I should do short ears. I will need to think about it. Maybe the short ear will be the better solution. I'll try to finish the mouth. Managed to make the mouth bigger, and there's a small tooth there. It's less sticking out than the others, but then again it's farther in the mouth. And maybe these should be a little recessed as well. The tooth is still a little bit rough, but eventually I'm just going to use a bunch of diamond files to make them smoother. Like these. So they're much easier to do all the creases. You can just rub them in there. You see, the mouth comes here, and here I will need to cut around it. There's supposed to be just a little bit of flesh around this fold, so Now that I remove this part, I can draw the line a little bit better. Should be around here. So this needs to be a crease. I will use the V tool for that. This was shot during the second recording session with my new camera and the new lighting setup. Here what I'm doing is just cleaning up what I did the last time. So I'm just refining the nasolabial fold curve and just whittling away at the cheeks. Here I'm just redefining the area around the orbit and the eyeball so that I could do the eyelids later on. Cheers! Because his smile is very wide, I'm adding an extra fold on the side of his cheek, as the skin would probably get all crumpled up from smiling this wide. Here I'm just using a gouge to remove some part of the side of the cheeks in order to make him look more emaciated. So it's just a little dip on each side. Because I broke the ears earlier in the sculpting, so now I'm going to cut the other ear the same size so that they're both the same length, and also I'm going to sharpen them so that they're identical wedges, and after that I'll just go and proceed to hollow out each ear. Here I'm working on the ear hole, so to do the hole itself I'm just going to do some chip carving, going to cut some kind of triangle wedge inside the ear hole, and then I'm going to blend that in a curve inside the ear itself so that it feels natural, like inside the inside of a flower. And this is with the ears finished, so I'm just going to refine those later during the sanding phase. It will be much easier to get a nice curve with sandpaper than it is with a knife. Doing the eyelids is pretty straightforward. Once you have a nice eyeball sticking out of the orbit, you just need to draw the eyelid itself, and then you just carve and crease all around the eyelid while still keeping the eyeball inside. And bit by bit you can carve the eyes, and eventually you get to the shape you want. After a couple of hours of sculpting, knives get really blunt, so here I'm trying to strop it a little to get more life out of it, but it's really blunt. After that I will need to sharpen it from scratch. It's still better, but it's not perfect. That's pretty much it for the face. I'm sure I'll find more details that are bothering me over the next few days, but that will be fixed during the sanding phase. The wood I'm using has been drying in my workshop for the past 15 years, so it's getting quite brittle. If I want to carve some micro details, I will need to seal the surface first and do those with diamond files and sandpaper. It doesn't look like a lot changed since the beginning of this video, but that's because I'm fine-tuning details. Here on the top row we can see the progression since I started roughing out the head. On the bottom row it's from this video's carving sessions only. It kind of looks the same, but there is in fact a lot that has changed. And that's it for this video. I'm still trying to figure out what viewers would like to see of my carvings. Should I do more in-depth videos where I explain on the fly how to sculpt each part? Or should I do accelerated footage with voiceover explaining what is happening? Or should I just keep quiet and let people watch the carving process while listening to White Bat Audio's awesome music? Or maybe you would like to see some ASMR-like content with just carving noises with no voice or music? Please let me know in the comment section. I'm open to tailor the editing style of my videos to the liking of my viewers. Once again, thank you for watching and see you on the next video.